The world reacts to the capture of Venezuela's president. In the early hours of the morning, the world woke to an unthinkable headline. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro had reportedly been captured and removed from the country after U.S. military strikes on Caracas. What followed was not unity, but shockwaves. From governments to the streets, from media to social networks, the world reacted with celebration, outrage, fear, and hope. Justice or a dangerous precedent? This is how the world reacted. United States and Washington, the reaction was immediate and deeply divided. U.S. officials framed Maduro's capture as justice, calling him a narco-terrorist rather than a legitimate president. President Trump vowed a temporary U.S. role in Venezuela's transition. On social media, Venezuelan Americans celebrated with flags and chants of liberty. At the same time, critics warned the operation could be an act of war. American media reflected this divide, with praise from some and serious legal concerns from others. Canada responded with caution. The government emphasized respect for international law and called for a peaceful transition in Venezuela. On social media, reactions were restrained. Some welcomed the fall of a dictator, while others warned against instability. Canadian media avoided celebration and focused on legality, UN involvement, and the risks of unilateral military action. The message from Canada was clear. Democracy matters, but rules still apply. Mexico reacted with outrage. Its government condemned the operation as a violation of sovereignty in the UN Charter. Protests formed outside the U.S. Embassy, with chants calling for an end to foreign intervention in Latin America. Mexican media echoed these concerns, warning of regional instability. Across the country, the dominant message was firm. Latin America must not return to the era of foreign military intervention. Cuba. In Havana, the reaction was fierce. Cuba's leadership labeled the operation state terrorism and pledged full solidarity with Venezuela. Supporters gathered chanting that Maduro was not alone. State media framed the capture as imperial aggression against all of Latin America. For Cuba, this was not just about Venezuela, but about resisting what it sees as a long history of foreign domination. Nicaragua. Nicaragua's government denounced Maduro's capture as a kidnapping. Officials accused the United States of reviving Cold War tactics. Pro-government marches filled the streets carrying Venezuelan flags. State media called for regional unity against foreign domination. The message from Nicaragua was unmistakable. This was an attack on sovereignty itself. Brazil's president condemned the operation as a breach of international law and warned of a dangerous global precedent. Brazilian